What's up, Army? Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to share this space with me. I hope you're doing well. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I've been drawn to do a reading. We're back outside. So excited. I got my table set up. Good to go. I was drawn to brown, which I'm not usually drawn to brown. Was drawn to brown. I got this, I don't know what stone this is, but it's brown. And these bracelets, a tiger's eye, and again, I don't know what stones these are, but they're brown. Shirt is brown. Keep moving forward is brown. My Rocky t-shirt that I just got today. I love it. Yeah, I like I said, brown. Maybe we all need to get grounded. Maybe we all need to stick our feet in the dirt. I'm seeing hands in the dirt. I just heard ground zero. I have a channeled message that woke me up 5:24, May 24th. Today is June 10th, so it was a while ago. I wasn't sure if I should share it or not, but as I was getting ready to come on here, I remembered it, so I guess we got to share it. I don't know. I don't remember what I wrote. So, bear with me. This is, I saw this symbol in my dream. It was something that was handed to me. It was like a coin. But like, you know how they have like the enamel pins and they're like painted. It felt like that. It felt like a pin, but it was weighted. It was weighted like a coin, but it had like the enamel on it. I hope you know what I'm talking about. It was painted, I guess. And somebody it was handed to me. And this is, don't judge my drawing. I drew this in the dark, okay? But this is what I saw. It was 1:34 in the morning. I wrote all this down. I saw this in my dream. Anyway, so this is what I saw. It was a circle within a circle, and then these three pieces coming up on the side of it. I tried to draw it again. I think this is the first one that I drew. And as you can see, I wrote this down, and it says red, yellow, and blue, which are primary colors. I don't remember the colors of the circles, but the circles, now that I'm thinking about it, the circles did have colors, but I didn't write them down. For some reason, just the red, yellow, and blue was significant. And so I woke up. I've been waking up in the middle of the night for the last couple of weeks. It's driving me crazy, and maybe I should start taking a pen and writing shit down, but I just don't. I get so frustrated, I just want to go back to sleep. But Spirit said it's like a hand, like I woke up and I knew what it was. It's like a hand, like this. You know the symbol everybody's so terrified of. This is what it was. And like I said, it was like a coin, and it was like the pinky, like the pinky, the ring finger, and the middle finger. Okay. So then Spirit said the ancient symbols are not evil. They were stolen by evil people that took the codes and the keys to humanity, kept them for themselves, and used the secrets of the Force, meant for everybody, strictly for their own personal gain. The dark side of the Force is gatekeeping the keys to existence. My nose. The keys and answers to peace and freedom. They shrouded them in fear and mystery, smoke and mirrors. And then I heard religious brainwashing. They made people afraid of the very power within them. So these symbols that we see that everybody is like so afraid of, there's light and dark to everything. And what this part of the message is telling me, that it's like, give me an example, please, Spirit. Thank you. It's like, I was ready to say it, but then I don't want to, because I don't want to offend anybody, but fuck it. It's like, I've spoken to you guys before about how I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, right? If you don't know, now you know. Within this religion, let's not get specific, okay? Let's just not get specific. Let's say there's an organization, a cult, you know, even an abusive parent, okay, that wants to keep somebody prisoner. It's like being raised in a basement and being told that everything outside is terrifying. Don't go out there. There's lions and tigers and bears out there, and if you go out there, you're going to get fucking mauled. But the truth is, there's nothing really scary out there, right? To go back to the example I was going to give you before, I was raised to believe that anything outside of the Jehovah's Witness organization was the devil, and they I don't know why everything is so scattered right now. Like, there's so much that wants to come in. Oh, my daughter is home. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, so, oh my God, I almost want to start this all over again. Please bear with me. Let's put it simply, okay? Let's put it simply. They've taken symbols that are meant to help, that are meant for humanity, that are meant for everybody, that are the keys to everybody's freedom. Mental freedom, soul freedom, spiritual freedom. Kept them for their own benefit. And then spread the word that they're bad, or used them for evil instead of what they're meant for. I've spoken about this before, how we're all dropped here onto this planet on the same playing field with the same tools. But they're making it harder and harder to find the tools, to find the keys. And it's done on purpose. Let me just finish reading what I wrote, okay? They made people afraid of the very power within them that they're meant to find. They've had the cheat codes we're all meant to have so that they can win in this video game and keep everyone else sick and afraid and stuck in amnesia. This is why they want to erase the past and erase the ability to decipher and read anything from the past. They want people to stop learning. Societal dumb down for ultimate control. Like that symbol that I got in the beginning. I didn't look it up. I can almost guarantee you that it's something that I won't be able to find on Google. I will probably have to go to a library and, fingers crossed, be able to find a book that can reference that symbol. The cross references and the references for these things are slowly being erased. There are things that were readily available on Google 20 years ago that are no longer available. It's not an accident. I know she's going to come out here any second. It's like when they made it illegal for slaves to read. This is what Spirit says to me. It's like when they made it illegal for slaves to read. This is the same concept, but in a more backdoor, sophisticated, and all-inclusive way. The worlds are splitting. There will be mainstream media and subculture media. I spoke about this in the last reading that I did. All right, sorry. I spoke about that in the last reading that I did when I said that when I was talking about community versus corporation. This is mainstream media and subculture media. I just keep seeing worlds splitting. I just keep seeing, like, there are people that are meant to stay asleep. There are people that these people in control. I say this because I don't feel like that's humanity, to be controlling people and hiding the keys and greed and all of that. That's not God's work. But some people are here to learn through staying asleep, if that makes any sense. Every story needs the shadow. We can't obliterate evil. Because nobody would ever learn anything. If we lived in a perfect world without contrast, nobody would ever learn anything. It would just be boring. Our soul wouldn't grow. There would be no growth. There can't be light without the shadow. There can't be shadow without the light. So there's this separation. And then I heard the word dystopia, which I've heard before, but honestly didn't know what the hell it was. Spirit said dystopia and utopia, and I asked Spirit, is that with an I or a Y? And they said Y, and then I looked it up after the fact, and I was like, oh, all right, I get it. So I heard very clearly, not a war, but a choice. And this is not where dystopia fights utopia for world domination. It's a choice. It's the concept of heaven and hell existing in your mind and creating that here. It's my dream that I painted, the one with the and I don't know, I might have archived that post. I might have to release it. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling. It's my dream that I painted, the one with the aliens and the portal and the doorway to the world of Utopia. Very, very briefly, I had this dream that it was the world, right? And everything was dark. It was dark, and it was red, and there were alien spaceships flying all over the place, and they were like shooting lasers to the ground, and everybody was fucking going crazy. And I had a husband and 2 little girls. Not somebody that I'm married to, and I have a son and a daughter, so they're not my kids. But in my dream, I had a husband and 2 little girls when this was going on. Okay, and I was looking for my daughter, And my husband was either with my other daughter. I don't remember. I wrote this shit down in an Instagram post, and I'm gonna have to go back to that. But I was looking for my daughter, and I was like, I wasn't afraid. It was like people were freaking out about, you know, everything that was going on. It was like complete chaos, like a world of absolute darkness. And I wasn't afraid. I just wanted to find my child. And I was walking around and like looking out. I was like outside in like the city or whatever. And I looked, and all of a sudden there was just this door. It was like a portal. It was this doorway. And I walked through it, and it was completely different. It was a completely different world. It was like everything was, it was literally the difference between heaven and hell. And everybody on the other side of this doorway was chilling. They were walking around. They were like, it was beautiful. They were not concerned at all about anything. They weren't even aware of that world. And it was just a matter of walking through this doorway. And I found it, and I was like, now I got to go back, and I got to get them, and I got to bring them back here. Like, I got to, you know, and then I woke up. It's like in that dream, I wrote it down here. People were so caught up in fear, they couldn't see the door to freedom was right there. They were so focused on the physical. They were so focused on what was going on in the physical world. And oh my God, and they were so caught up in fear that they couldn't see that the difference between the two worlds was just a matter of a step. Like, just, you just got to walk through the doorway. You just got to, it's a mindset change. It's a flip of a switch. And this is the difference that I'm being shown. This is the worlds that are splitting. It's like they already exist. There are some people that exist today that are terrified of everything. That are concerned about wars and concerned about sickness and concerned about all of these things. Not living in the present moment. Obsessed with the news and maybe CNN and all this other stuff. Obsessed with what's going on in the physical. Having no spiritual connection. Having no connection to their higher self. Sick. And not knowing it's because of their fear that they're sick. And then there are people that don't live like that. That don't even watch TV. That aren't worried about what the fucking news is saying. That are just trying to learn and grow and be better people. Develop their relationships. Have a better life while they're here. The difference between these two worlds already exists. Utopia and dystopia start in the mind. And a choice to lead with love or fear, they both already exist. I just said that. It's a matter of how are you going to live your life? What is leading and guiding your choices? Is it love or is it fear? That's what this message is about. And I got a little nervous because the beginning of the message is like, those in power, they take this and they take that and they do this and they do that. But nobody has power over us unless we give it. We are the gods. We are the gods. And that's where this religious programming comes in. This fear, this fear of saying we are the gods. This fear of believing in the power within us. This fear of God, fear of punishment. It's possible to live a good, moral life with pure intentions for people without fear. Do you do good for people because that's what you're motivated to do? Or do you do good for people out of fear of punishment? That's the difference between heaven and hell. What is motivating your choices, love or fear? Do you walk into a store and, if you steal and you're just motivated by greed and everything else, then that's a totally another conversation. I'm not here to judge anybody. You do what you do. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people with pure intentions. I'm talking to the people that don't go out looking to ruin anybody or steal from anybody. And I'm asking those people, why do you do it? When you walk into a store and you don't steal and you choose to pay for something instead of stealing it, is that because you're afraid to get in trouble? Or is that because of your moral code? Morality is not religion. Morality is humanity. Being pure of heart does not mean you're perfect. It doesn't mean you never get mad. It doesn't mean you never curse anybody out. It doesn't mean you deny your shadow. It means you lead with good intentions. It means you lead with love. And when you lead with love, the most important thing is to not forget the love and respect for yourself. Love and respect for yourself. First. And it gets tricky, right? Because there is that fear, that religious thing. It feels like this religious ick, right? Where people are afraid to be selfish. But it's about how you look at it. Me personally, the way I decided to look at it is, does it bring me peace? This conversation I'm about to have with this person, will it bring me peace? Or will it disturb my peace? But you can't make that distinction if you're already living in turmoil. You can't make that distinction if you're already living in fear. You can't make that distinction if you're living your life in fight or flight mode. There's levels to this shit. And it's deconstructing your fear to get to the love and to get to a place where you are motivated by love. But it's real hard. It's tricky to decipher fear without doing the healing work, without uncovering your state of being. I was talking about this in a much more casual way. A couple weeks ago, I was at dinner with a couple friends, and we're talking about growing up in an abusive house. And when you grow up in a house where there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of chaos, and you're in that fight or flight mode, right? You don't really know any different. So it's real easy to go from being in a house like that to being in a relationship like that and having friendships like that and going from one place in your life to another place in your life, maintaining that fight or flight mode and not recognizing it. But if you get to a place where you can be by yourself and quiet that noise and learn how to love and honor and respect yourself and create a safe space for yourself, calm down the nervous system, take a step back and regroup and identify what's yours and what motivates you, and is this a learned behavior, or is this what I really want to do? Is this something I was programmed to believe, or is this something that I genuinely can agree with and stand by? When you get grounded, it's that brown, that earthy, when you get grounded in your spirit and really know who you are and really learn to value your sacred space and your peace, then when somebody comes in from that old world, that old trauma, that old fight or flight mode, when that tries to enter into your sacred space, you can see it like that. I would imagine people that grow up in, I don't know anything about it, but I would imagine that people that grow up in war zones get so used to the noise. You know, I keep seeing like the difference between, actually Spirit's giving me the example now. I have my headphones, right? And when my headphones are in quiet mode, I don't hear shit. The world fucking disappears. It's just me and my headphones. That's it. But then when my headphones are in aware mode, I hear everything. The difference between peace and that fight or flight mode, when you're in that fight or flight mode, even your thoughts are screaming at you. Dystopia and utopia are the difference between anxiety and peace, between fear and love. And it really is as simple as making a choice. In every moment of every day, when things come up, what are you choosing? Fear or love? Those are the only two things that exist. Where do you want to exist? Do you want to exist in fear or love? Being so used to toxic relationships and getting caught up in toxic relationships and always fighting and doing it. There's so much of that, right? But at the root of that is fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of losing control. It's all there. It's all fear. Everyone likes to point the finger. Oh, that person's a narcissist, and that person's this, and that person's that, and that. I don't care. It's all fear. The quote-unquote worst person on the planet is just a grown child raised in fear. But nobody's a lost cause. Nobody. And everybody has control of their reality. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. And the only choice that exists in every minute of every day is love or fear. And we can sit here and say, those in power are doing this, and they're doing that, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, but what are we doing? Other than complaining about it. Other than spreading fear about it. Are we doing anything to change it? And it's like I can already hear people say, well, what are we supposed to do? We can't. Just like I've told you guys so many times in the almost 300 videos that I've fucking posted on this channel. All it takes is one person to change, to turn their light on. For that to spark another person to change, and another person. I'm seeing again what Spirit has shown me before, all the lights. The way the divine sees the earth is souls. It's like city lights, but it's not cities. It's people. And the divine can see who's lit up. And maybe one person can't change the whole world. But one person can spark another one, and another one, and another one. And before you know it, without any battle at all, without any fight, without any protests, the light outnumbers the dark. The light becomes the dominant vibration naturally, not through force. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love. Like no truer words in the fucking universe have ever been spoken than that. Everyone wants to talk about how nothing changes. And then nobody wants to change. Sitting around and complaining about a power that you're willingly giving away doesn't change anything. It's burying your head in the sand. And again, I'm not saying there needs to be this uprising, this protest. All I'm saying is it's a matter of choosing love over fear. And keep moving forward. Don't give up. Healing isn't easy. Healing isn't for the weak. That's why there are some people that are not ready for that, that will stay asleep, that will choose fear. Every day they will choose fear. And they will continue to choose fear. Lifetime after lifetime until they learn to choose love. But I'm not talking to them. Or maybe I am. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. I just feel this energy of that can't happen. We can't do that. It's been like this for centuries. What makes you think? What makes me think? Well, my own life makes me think. The way that I've been able to come out of my own programming, my own religious programming, my own fears, my own traumas, all my own shit. The way I've been able to sift and sort through my own thoughts and continue to choose love and to keep moving forward no matter who or what has come against me. If I can do it, anybody can do it. That's what makes me think that it's possible. And I would rather believe in change than believe that it'll never happen. It's all in the mind. And if enough people believe in change, the universe will have no choice but to hand deliver it in a pretty little bow I just heard. I'm going to leave it at that. I wasn't expecting that. But I'm going to leave it at that. I have cards out here. I have literally everything out here, and I just... That's it. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that. Love or fear. That's all there is. That's all there ever will be. What do you choose? If you're still with me, you're a fucking real one. You already know it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. You're beautiful.